Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 1987 film ROBOCOP, directed by Paul Verhoeven, starring Peter Weller and Kurtwood Smith. Yes, the original, not the crappy PG-13 remake. Before we get started, if you like any kind of content like this, I'd really appreciate it if you'd take 1 second to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. There will also be spoiler warnings for a film that came out a long time ago. Alright, so here's the plot that I wrote down. In the near-apocalyptic Detroit, a corporation called OCP gets contracted to privatize and militarize the police force to fight the ultra-violent crime. An officer named Murphy, who is killed in action, is turned into ROBOCOP, a nearly indestructible human/robot cyborg. Is ROBOCOP all machine, or does he still have his soul? Alright, so right off the bat, the first thing that I gotta say is this film is just completely and ridiculously violent. Just so over the top, ultra violent. Like when Murphy is killed at the beginning, I mean the dude is shot point blank with a shotgun like 15 or 20 times. It's just absolutely just absurd, the amount of violence in this film, and I loved it. I thought that it was a lot of fun. This film was almost rated NC-17, I'm pretty sure. It was that ridiculously violent. You know, everything is very exaggerated about ROBOCOP. You know, the satire is pretty in your face. The characters are almost cartoonish in their portrayal. You know, like the black guy that's part of the main like bad guy crew, just the way he like is always laughing and all that, you know, reminded me of something like out of a cartoon. I mentioned really briefly the satire. I thought that was pulled off really well in this film. In this society that ROBOCOP takes place in, you know, capitalism is basically turned up to 100, you know, like just total excess. If you have the money for it, you know, you can basically have anything in this society. And I thought the ways that it satirized, you know, our consumerist society was really great. Specifically the TV show, the I'd buy that for $1. That was great. I enjoyed the explosions. Like I said, like, you know, the hyper violence of it all. I enjoyed the special effects to a point. You know, it would have been nice, I guess, if they had a little bit more of a budget to make the big robot machine not stop motion, because it did look a little cheesy. But, you know, this was in the 80s. But by the 80s, you know, Hollywood had pretty much perfected stop motion practical effects. But regardless, you know, it was fun, and I liked that. I liked the other special effects, you know, especially when ROBOCOP takes off his helmet. I thought that the makeup was really, really cool in the suit. You know, how the gun comes out of his leg. The special effects and the makeup I thought were all pretty good. Especially, like I said, the face. My main critique of this film is the lady character. She was like Murphy's partner really briefly before he initially gets killed. And then she ends up playing a role in the movie later. And it felt like her character, they almost had like a weird little love story. And that was just, it didn't work at all. The lady and the dude had no chemistry or anything. It was just weird. I wish that they would have just kept all the sensuality out of it as far as ROBOCOP and the lady cop's character go. I felt like that was just weird. I don't know. Just didn't work for me. Her dialogue was pretty cheesy. Look, I just noticed in post-production that they even got the same haircut. I mean, come on. Kurtwood Smith, who is from That 70s Show, plays one of the main villains. I mean, almost everyone in this film is a villain, honestly. You know, except for ROBOCOP and a couple of the police. But besides that, pretty much everyone's a villain. But Kurtwood Smith does a great job. I thought that he was perfect for the role, perfect casting, and I thought that he pulled it off perfectly. As well as all of the other, like, goons in his crew. Like I mentioned, the black character, I also really like, you know, his laugh was great. And then the guy that played Leland Palmer from Twin Peaks is also in the little crew. Always like when I see him pop up in a film. I would recommend this film to anyone that wants to watch something thrilling, something with some tongue-in-cheek satire, explosions, lots of ultra-violence, and fun characters, and a thrill ride. If that's what you're looking for, then go buy it for $1. So that's pretty much all I gotta say about RoboCop that hasn't already been said before. I guess I'll leave the ending and all that up to you to watch if you've never seen it. Definitely a must-see for anyone that's into, like American cinema. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. I hope that you take 1 second to click the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.